Streaming's recording. Restart the timer. Let's do this. Everybody I know is doing something right now, and I've got nothing better to do. So let's do this. Let's close that goddamn Twitch ad. There we go. I need to figure out how to do this so I don't have to manually move it up and down. Load the game, 75% done. Hello, Dr. C. And it looks like we're in the winter tundra. We update those on the Twitter. And hopefully somebody gets to come in. Yay.
Spyro, Ripto's still alive, and he's locked us out of the castle. Even worse, he's...
Oh yeah, Ripto is still alive. After 2 worlds, I really expected to beat the final boss.
Well,
It was 90s voice acting, and now we get the head bash, the most pointless thing ever. Yay, we got an orb into Mystic Marsh. Hello! Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's been quiet all day. It's kind of driving me crazy. So I thought that maybe we could start up some noise. Apparently, he's supposed to do that every time he gets zapped by Zoe. That's canon to Hero's Tale, where every time he gets zapped, he loses 1,000,000 brain cells. Hello. Next year, I'm probably going to try and get in on the April Fool's stuff. The trick to making a good April Fool's video is to make sure it stands up for the rest of the year, too. Hello. Hello, Entity of Darkness. I'm doing alright, even though it's quiet as all hell. And all of my colleagues and the people I work with, they're insanely busy with their lives and stuff. Yes, I saw that. Ask Anna. That's not happening. Neither did I. Five years in the game, and I've only done an April Fool's thing once. There we go. These elephants are annoying. Yep. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Yep. It was. Get rid of the frog and into the drink, where you must fight platypuffs. It seems like less and less people do. But that's true with every holiday. No, they're not platypus. They're platypuffs. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Chicory. I should have done something like that. Okay, I've already got an idea for next year. Too bad it's too late to do an idea this year. Where is the stairs? I lost track of the stairway out of here. Well, yeah, that was the idea. Basically, have Sally do a review. We have Sally's voice actress. Actorator. Oh, in some cases, I guess. Some people make really good April Fool's videos. Almost over. That's how it is so far. Too many people do that kind of thing already, Dr. C. When I do things, I want to keep them interesting and unique. Oh yeah, like, the best April Fool's videos, like, I believe NitroRed makes the best April Fool's videos every year. Like, check out some of his stuff. One year, or last year, I believe he did the Drake and Josh Game Boy Advanced game, and so his entire review was stylized like Drake and Josh. complete with a theme song, and then he did it with Cory in the House as well. He seems to really get into it.
What? Oh.
Yes. Yes, it did. Platypuses are poisonous, and I don't like poisonous. I used to have a stuffed platypus as a kid. I thought it was a beaver, but no, it was a platypus. Because it had the duck bill thing.
Ah, Spyro effect.
Kind of, but it was more on all fours than sitting down. No, I haven't played the Ants Racing game, but I'm sure we're gonna get to it. It looked absolutely nothing like Perry. Like I said, it looked like a beaver with the duck bill. Mystic Marsh is just one of the more boring levels in the game. And I love the draw distance. It was not blue, it was brown. Yeah, this level is just one of the most meh for me. Nothing about it really stands out. I'm sure that happens, Dr. C. But I think it's just because people didn't understand how to program a 3D camera yet. Like, the camera in the Spyro games is beyond fine. Come on, you. Got you. Also, for some reason, the Winter Tundra levels don't give you talismans, so their objectives seem to be a bit smaller. Or they seem to be a bit shorter because instead of the talisman, you just get an orb. Makes me wonder why this game has talismans at all. Just make the requirements to fight Gulp and Crush orbs. Twitter video is in the last stages of editing. Crimson is taking care of that. But I did write the Tumblr episode, so yeah, we're going with that too. Where did he go? Okay. Yeah. Well, Spyro 3 did this better. They wanted to make it so you had to play through every single level in the first couple of worlds, or in every world except the last. And they did it fine by having a person there help build a rocket or a balloon or the whirligig to get to the next stage. God damn, this thief never gives me this much trouble. I can imagine, it's a Disney remake.
Wahoo! I'm back in business. Here, young dragon friend, take this. It's museum quality, but you deserve it.
We do have enough orbs to beat the game. All you need is 40 to take on Ripto. Which is, I don't know, a lot, I guess. Yeah, I don't think anybody should see the remakes in theaters. I'm sure that there are games out there worthy for being played on April Fools specifically. Like the Shrek game! Oh yeah, Professor. My brain is just off tonight.
Ah, Spyro. So glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it. I do have this extra egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
We'll be getting around to the Maker games soon. Maybe. I want to do RPG Maker, but the issue with that is that it requires the PlayStation mouse. Which I have an emulator that will do that fine. But it's... Well, I have an emulator that can do it. Never mind, fine. And it's one that OBS doesn't pick up, so I need to record all full screen. Proceed. Yeah. Spyro of all games has a trading sequence. Pencil Quest isn't that bad. I do think it's just weird for them to have all of these unique assets for just this, like, one part of the game. Like, why do you waste time just making ducks? Ripto's a pretty cool boss. Yeah, the PlayStation mouse was a thing, and some games actually required it, like RPG Maker. Stupid. There we go. Is wild? I don't know. Uh, 17 minutes. Does Twitch tell people how long that a stream has been going on? I mean, I'm able to tell because OBS tells me. But if Twitch doesn't have that feature, that's something that they really should. Oh, yeah, my current rates. Well, then I'll just have to move faster, now won't I? I don't think the pencil ended up in the fountain. You got the pencil back because Spyro essentially wished for it back. Alright. I didn't say it was a sequel. I don't think I said that Staring at the Future was a sequel. I said it was a ripoff because it basically followed the same plot and just insulted the original. Okay, where the hell is it? Oh, over there. Mystic Marsh reminds me a lot of Misty Bog, and that is not a good thing. And we're done with it. Misty Bog was a level. I mean, the level isn't bad, it's just mediocre and boring. The other levels in Winter Tundra are much, much better. We are all a level. Yeah. A remake of Chicken Little? That would be stupid. If life has a game, does it have levels? Absolutely. I'm not here to debate about old reviews right now. There'll be time for that, but I don't have, like, everything I've ever said archived. Alright, final speedway, let's go. Canyon Speedway is probably the best speedway. It's one of the best speedways of the Spyro trilogy. But Spyro 3 actually has the best speedways overall. I think Mushroom Speedway from that game is my favorite of all the speedways. Then again, I really wish the games didn't have speedways. I don't really like them as much as the rest of the game. I mean, all it really makes you do is wonder why the fuck can't Spyro fly in a normal level? Why can he only fly around in these select courses and not wherever and whenever he wanted to? 1 second earlier and I would have gotten the skill point here. Let's go take care of the hunter thing.
All right, Spyro. Are you ready to try out my plane? I just fixed it, and I'm pretty sure it won't crash now.
You're pretty sure, huh? Pretty sure. Okay.
Hey, Spyro, here's what you've got to do. I've got the
Okay.
plane on remote control, so all you have to do is hit the targets with your machine gun.
Spyro X Hunter, that's going to be a relationship that gets people dead. This effect is called pew 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 pew. No, I might actually like the background music in this level, but
Hey, you nailed
can't hear
all
it.
of the targets. It must be because you had such a good pilot.
oh, fuck off. That was stupid. I'm pretty sure I already got the gems there. I don't want Disney live-action remakes. Any of them. Ever. Disney is an animation company. Pretty sure they've already done that. Didn't they make a live-action Jungle Book before? I said remake. This level would probably be one of my favorites if it didn't have one of the worst minigames in the entire game. But I absolutely love this level aesthetically, but as a kid I was always so reluctant to play it because of the Agent Zero minigame. Or quest, or whatever. It's not really a game. Yep, the stealth section. You know, personally, I don't like stealth games. I find their gameplay repetitive, where if you just get caught, you have to do a whole segment over again, and most of the gameplay involves waiting. But that's okay. I understand that people like them, and that's absolutely fine. I choose not to buy stealth games or play them. So I should be able to avoid stealth gameplay, but no, so many people think it's a good idea to just throw in a stealth minigame or two. I have not played MGS specifically because I don't like stealth missions. Oh yeah, Fracture Hills. For some reason the camera locks onto these warlocks. I don't know why. Will I see minions too? Probably gonna have to review that thing. Yeah, I know that Metal Gear Solid has more to it than just stealth. Well, yes, every Zelda game seems to have stealth because somebody thinks that people like it.
I'm a secret agent.
Let's do this. When I started, we were 75% done with everything. You want to know why this stealth mission is terrible? It's because we're not able to see Agent Zero's line of sight. And you could leave like little bits and pieces just out there lying and he won't catch on. It's annoyingly inconsistent. I don't know if we can do RPG Maker. Like I said, the mouse requirement is going to be a little bit,
What? You managed to get
difficult to get around of.
me? You must be a member of my
Hello, Mikey Mac.
Oh, here, take this secret decoder. It will allow us to send secret.
And there's the stealth mission. What is the worst episode of Back at the Barnyard? The episode that I was planning to review was called Some Like It Snotty. I believe that's where the episode where Otis dresses up like a girl and has a date with Snotty, who is just the typical bully asshole. Yeah. It's a very awkward episode. Is it? I have no idea what I'm gonna do after this. Yeah, well, even if you're familiar with it, you didn't waste money on the fucking DVD. I don't have the mouse, dude. And the emulator that I use that has mouse support doesn't work with OBS. He's talking about RPG Maker.
Spyro, you have freed up.
I tend to have to go with DVDs when possible, because things like Amazon doesn't let you use the footage unless you do some things to get the footage from it. But you can't just use Handbrake to rip things off of Apple or off of Amazon.
Our mystical.
I know exactly what a good Harvest Moon game is like. It's like Stardew Valley. Yeah, we have to tackle an RPG at some point. Which is just gonna be absolutely fantastic. Yes, I've seen Flushed Away.
I suppose you want an orb for doing.
No, Parappa hasn't aged the best. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, they should probably make Parappa 3. I don't know why they haven't. That was weird. Forbidden Memories? It's a good RPG to start with, I guess. It's the one I'm most familiar with. This is the only Super Freeze power-up in the game, which is strange. You'd think they'd do more with it. It offers a lot of interesting platforming challenges. Although they never seem to use it well. This minigame is annoying.
Thanks, Spyro.
Zoop-de-doop-de-doop. Oh yeah, I know. There's a level in 3 with Ice Breath, and it's like one of my least favorite Spyro levels ever. Spiciest foods I've ever... I don't know. Because it was... awkward. Rare game series? I don't know. Ugh, that water went down the wrong pipe. Yeah, I'm fine. Why did I go through this one? Who wants to fracture hills? Everyone's favorite level in the thingamajigger. It's the best level ever. At least I don't have to take care of the satyrs too. Horror movies are stupid. Pretty much every single one of them is either a gore fest or a jump scare fest. True horror is most largely dead, as is true comedy in films. Those are two genres that are dead and they won't be coming back anytime soon. Because anyone with talent probably won't get the green light because the genres have been poisoned by those who don't have talent. Most comedies nowadays are just gross out fests. I haven't seen Pet Sematary. Nope, didn't see Spider-Verse yet either. Favorite horror director? I don't know many directors. Grr. Please stop asking me if I've seen these random movies. It seems to be like a 90% chance the answer is probably no. Oh yay, these things were great in Misty Bog. I'm glad you brought them back. Have I seen growing around? No, but I really, really want to. Oh god, that meme has been played out to death.
Oh.
Yes, Cory in the house, an anime, whatever. It's alright. Alright, goddamn alchemist mission, let's go.
I've been experimenting with this potion.
Great, keep the Earth Shapers away from me. Now this guy could just walk, I don't know, about 2 feet to his left there, but no, he takes the most convoluted fucking route possible. Has fake outs, and it's very touchy. Like, I'm pretty sure I hit that guy before. And remember, if you do this level before you, if you do this quest before you have a head bash, you have to do it again. Because why not? If you've memorized the alchemist's route, things become a lot easier. And of course, you can take the brunt for him. I really have to pay attention here. He goes over to that one to fake you out, and then he doubles back this way. Because why the fuck not?
Man, do my feet feel better. Would you look after this for me?
And this is something they didn't fix
As
in the
long as
remake
you're
for
here,
some
Would
reason.
you like to help me take out these stubborn Earth Shapers?
The worst minigame in the game, and they make you do it twice. Or the worst thing about the game, and they don't fix it. I'll be right back. I gotta refill my water. There we go. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Also, this minigame is stupid too. Why? Because you have very little time. And Hunter doesn't like to wait. He'll just go on to the next one before you've even pinned anyone down. These guys get up quick. It's not easy.
As long as you're here.
We have to get all of them at once, or they'll... What, do you have, like, only so many arrows and you can't shoot them again? These guys don't move! There are some minigames as Hunter, yes. You play as him in the Speedway minigames. God damn it!
As long...
Oh, that makes it all worth it. There we go.
We make a great team. Here, I was going to give this to the alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the moment.
We make a great team, okay? That's the first fuck you. But, Hunter, once again, if I don't get enough of these orbs, I don't get to go home. I don't even get to defeat Ripto, the guy who you let in and who's destroying your homeland. And you are going to trade this orb for gold shoes. Okay. Hunter is the most evil creature in the universe. Okay. Now I get to do the other minigame, yay. Ah, god damn it. Fucking controller. If you let go of the charge button at all, you lose your supercharge. Supercharge is one of the most touchy of the power-ups, and it can be the hardest to get the hang of. And this is the hardest supercharge challenge in the entire game. And of course, it could be one of the hardest skill points in the game. So, let's get that skill point. To get the Fracture Hills skill point, what you need to do is complete this course. You need to do 3 laps of supercharge consecutively. One. Two. Three. And we're still not done. Ah, god damn it. Oh, fucking hell. Something is like... it's not that hard. I mean, if you want to get 100%, it can be quite difficult, but just beating it... Nah, it's not the hardest thing in the world. There we go! Probably tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. I don't know. Like, I don't have really the time to just watch things freely. What I watch is largely dependent on what I decide to review, or what I have to review. Oh, please don't be where I think it is. Just give me a minute. I'm looking for something here. How is it? Let's see. Ow. Yay. Show's series finale. Finales don't tend to make me worried. Into Shady Oasis. Of course, there are shows that had their finale too soon. Gravity Falls had its finale at the right time. It was as long as it planned on going. Does this place look like Aladdin? Sure. I mean, it's an Arabian-themed level, I think. Yep, the Aladdin film. I have watched the Aladdin TV show, I just don't remember any episodes that are memorable enough in either direction. Would these live-action films stand on their own? I doubt it. Like, a lot of them, like in Beauty and the Beast, specifically go out of their way to address plot holes in the original. It wastes time, and it ends up creating more plot holes. My head is somewhere very weird today. Ah! God damn it. Yeah, this game takes about 6 hours. Yes, I have seen Lindsay Ellis's video on Beauty and the Beast. Dumbo? Are we talking about the new Dumbo film? I mean, it is still in theaters, isn't it? You don't determine if a film has bombed or not until it's out of theaters, unless it's already past its budget.
Might eat.
It has been so long since I've seen Beauty and the Beast. It really has.
I have a
Yay. Favorite Disney movie? Hunchback of Notre Dame. Is the best. The Aladdin trailer is terrible. Change your mind? I don't think so. I have not caught up with Steven Universe in a long time. Not Summer Force. We don't want to go there. Least favorite Disney movie? That's Chicken Little. No, I did not catch up on Star Versus. I am way behind on Star Versus. They were gonna make a direct-to-DVD sequel to everything. Robotica Farms, let's go. What shows are you caught up on? Depends on what I'm reviewing. Let's see. Definitely want to finish this game by midnight. That's my goal right now. Which gives me 47 minutes. 45, I guess. If Nick at Night didn't exist, that would be a smart move too. I don't like Nick at Night. Nope. Haven't watched Unikitty. As I've said before, being a cartoon reviewer kind of means I can't watch very many cartoons that I'm not specifically gone on my way to review. I think The Simpsons should end. The only way that I could see The Simpsons surviving at all is if the main characters started growing up. Why don't you like Nick at Night? Don't like most of the shows on it. And I don't think the people who would be most interested in Nick at Night are still watching Nickelodeon. Just seemed to be a waste of time. It's the kind of thing that should be its own channel, like Adult Swim. Adult Swim that should be its own channel. Television blocks are something of the past. Well, yeah, of course those future episodes have been the best. Because they have new dynamics to work with. But yeah, Nick Jr., Nick at Night, Adult Swim, they should all be their own channel. Do you ever watch any good Nick coms in the past? Yeah, I've watched Ned's Declassified, Drake and Josh. Those are pretty good. iCarly was alright, for the most part. Although, it is very, very interesting to learn exactly what they misunderstood when making that show. As somebody who has an internet career, it's very interesting. Friends is before my time. No, I don't have specific examples off the top of my mind, or right off the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, iCarly went downhill fast. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll leave it on pause so I'll be back. I am back. So yeah, my head's been in a weird place the past couple of days. I don't exactly know why, but I've just been feeling strange. Like something bad is gonna happen. I don't know. Simpsons was nowhere near the first show to do guest stars. You have obviously never seen a 70s cartoon. My god, how many times has Scooby-Doo met the Harlem Globetrotters at this point? It's easier to mention which celebrities haven't been in a Scooby-Doo episode. Scooby-Doo had some crossovers with wrestling. So that's not far off from a possibility. I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know exactly.
Way to go, Spyro. Them varmints won't be coming near our crops now. Can I offer you a reward?
Yeah, I can believe that. Scooby-Doo meeting more celebrities. And it's the last of these stupid fucking jars. Favorite Titan from Teen Titans? That'd probably be Starfire. Destroy all the pumpkins.
A fine piece of steering that was.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Scooby-Doo turns 50 this year. That is interesting. It first debuted in 1969, I believe. Don't know, I haven't watched all of regular shows, so I can't give you a precise answer on which is the best. At the very least, it's an opportunity for some gaudy special or something. They could try to do something with it. I don't know. Can we move on from asking about like specific shows and specific movies? I prefer more open-ended questions on like plots and types of characters and things like that. I mean, I feel like I've stated my opinions on any given show or episode or movie either a million times or I've never watched it. What is a plot? A plot is what happens within the episode. It generally describes the story. Who is the best Disney character? What type of character do you think people write the worst most of the time? Oh, that's easy. The annoying little sibling. That is by far the most screwed up character type. It's very rare that I've seen a little sibling done well in any media. Good night, Dr. C. Yes, a plot is also an empty land. And plot is also MLP slang for something. It's got a lot of definitions. What counts as a Saturday morning cartoon? Nowadays, considering Saturday morning cartoons are dead. Who is the best comic relief character? Good question. I have no idea. Look it up. Actually, don't. I don't want to be responsible for what you find. So don't look it up. Oh no, not Sundays. Those characters I do not like. Oh yeah, idiot main characters are absolutely crutches. High fantasy, low fantasy, and urban fantasy. Urban fantasy takes place in our real modern world, essentially. Think Harry Potter. You can go into cities and stuff. That's the urban and urban fantasy. Low fantasy, like, it's generally vague as to what it is, but low fantasy is where everything within it is generally not explained. You could just have elves and dwarves and whatever. You don't need to explain why they're there. You could just have whatever you want, as long as you obey the rules you set up. In high fantasy, you're exploring the entire ecosystem. You figure out how magic affects the world socio-politically, and how it affects nature. Like, what I usually use as a definition, Dungeons and Dragons is low fantasy, Lord of the Rings is high fantasy.
As you can see, a vicious ox has taken over our armory. We thought that freezing the walkway would keep animals out.
Theaters have already been dethroned. Pretty high chance. This is the last level before the final boss, so... People hate this minigame? Oh yeah, I should mention, Metropolis is probably the best level in the game. Is anime a cartoon? Yes. One of my controversial opinion is I don't think we should differentiate between anime and Western animation. I think the only reason to differentiate them is if you're a snob who likes anime but doesn't want to admit that you watch cartoons. That is legit the only reason I could see from differentiating anime and Western animation. At this point, they have borrowed so much from each other, they're not indistinguishable, but it's pointless.
Excellent work, Dragon. We can now defend our city properly.
Okay, my
Take this
stream is
easily
lagging a
easy
bit.
reward.
Difficulties. Oh, it's back up. Anime is certainly prone to breaking the stream. You guys following along fine? Is everything back to the pace it was before? OBS says we're at green, so I'm assuming we're good. I don't think I have these problems when I stream to YouTube. So it's probably on Twitch's end. Yeah, the only difference between Western animation and anime is the country of origin. I mean, why would you distinguish specifically between Japan and even the rest of Asia? Like, is a cartoon from China considered anime? I don't get why. Canada has Teletoons. anime has many different styles and genres. Like, even take a look at Gregory Horror Show. It's 3D, which is something that nobody believes that anime ever is, even though it can be and has been.
Ah, Spyro. I heard you were coming. Thank you for your efforts in thwarting this attempted coup. Please take this item, which
Those movies made as much money as they did because of mass appeal.
it's a first for Apple.
Alright, time to shoot Purple Sheep.
Excellent work. I knew it.
Why do Illumination movies make so much money? Because of advertising. Illumination has it down to a formula.
Now,
Also, their movies are cheap as hell. No, not all kids are stupid. Plenty of adults watch them too. Let's not talk about Digibro. I would rather not talk about controversial people here. Why? Because he's a controversial person and I don't like to talk about controversial people here. Like, if I ever have to, and there are times where I do have to, I like to be very well prepared and word myself as carefully as possible. Oh god, that Twitter Technocracy episode is going to be interesting. We get to mention all the controversial people. Well, most of the controversial people. Oh, not J.K. Rowling. Her trying to stay relevant is not what makes Twitter a shithole. I'm talking more about how Twitter treats individual people. I mean, like, you can't do a Twitter episode and not mention him, so yeah, obviously he gets mentioned. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't want to talk about him. Not to mention, I've seen that video, and I retain my opinion. Differentiating between anime and Western animation is only important to you if you want to say you watch anime without saying you also watch cartoons. At some point, I will have to deal with or talk about controversial people, especially as it gets more and more relevant to what I actually do in my day-to-day life. My actual job. That's Metropolis. Excellent. Favorite guest character in The Simpsons? Probably Lisa's Substitute. It's been a while since I've seen that episode, so I don't remember the name. But that was a good one. Anime is built on different formulas. What the? I don't even know what you're implying. Like, Western animation and anime have tackled like the same genres and stuff. I mean, I guess they have different tropes and cliches, but if you look into it, not really. Yay! After Ripto. Oh yeah, you can be treated like shit as an animator in Japan, or you could be treated like shit as an animator in the States.
Spyro, we want...
Or you can outsource your animation to underpaid workers in Korea. So here we're fighting the final boss, and Hunter is helping us under penalty of death. Fuck is those sheep? So the goal here is to collect 3 orbs before Ripto does, and he gets superpowers. I do need to somewhat pay attention here. Luckily, unlike Gulp, he doesn't seem to ever try and regain his health. Yeah, I didn't want that one anyway. Ah, goddamn. Ripto is, like, quite challenging. Like, this is actually a good final boss battle. The only thing bad about it is that if you die at any point, you go back to the beginning of it, and there are 3 rounds. Also, there's a skill point to defeat him without getting hit once, which, even if you have super permanent super flame, it's not easy. Getting singed. Perfect. Oh no, he's got the blue. Ripto is a doofus. Now he's on a Robogulp. This could be a little bit more challenging because the angle of his shots changes a bit. Also, his powers are a little bit more deadly. Oh god. It's like playing skip rope, I guess. Why couldn't Supercharge be like this for the rest of the game? The Sorceress isn't really that pathetic. She's actually kind of intimidating. Yeah, mostly in the cutscenes, though. Her boss fight is not as hard as Ripto's. Okay, we're back up to full. God damn it. Indeed. It's interesting how Nasty Nork was led on to be more intimidating and Ripto was led on to be more pathetic. But which one of them goes down in 2 hits? Let's be honest here. Die, die, die. Fucking hell. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Yeah, it is a good boss fight. So far, it's probably my favorite boss fight that we faced on the PS1. You think it's gonna make top 10 material by the end of this? I'm guessing you can find reasons, but as time goes on, the reasons get increasingly blurred. Western animation and anime keep taking influence from each other. Like, I mean, I don't know. This argument's getting tiring. It really is. Okay, if an RPG is turn-based, the combat cannot... If it's a typical turn-based system, the combat cannot be good. Turn-based combat is not good. Just on the face of it. The traditional JRPG that we've seen in, like, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. It's something that cannot be made engaging. All you do is get your numbers up. That's basically it, and then you win. If you're still having trouble and your number's at max, then the battle is just random. And that's the game. While the cutscene or while the credits are going, I'll be right back.
Thank you enough, Spyro. I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I'd better. They'll be missing me in the Dragon Worlds, and I've still got a vacation to take. I need it more than ever now.
Before you go, I think that Moneybags has something he wants to give you.
I most certainly do not.
Hunter? Spyro? Spyro. Moneybags is very sorry that he made you pay so much on your way through Africa.
Alright, I am
want you to
back.
keep the gems as a reward for helping us.
Wow, thanks. Sparks, can you grab them?
Alright. Score.
Type in the new coordinates and there. Spyro, you can now go to Dragon Shores. Hey, why don't you guys come with me?
Blah,
You could use a holiday.
blah, 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 blah. Time calculator or Google? Okay, Google doesn't apparently have a time calculator yet. 5, 40, 23 added to 39 hours, 41. Calculate. One day. Okay. All time is at 45. 21. No, wait, 22. I guess people said Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories is 40. Okay, 46. So we are past the 2-day mark. This calculator lied to me. Wait, no? By giving me a different number. Vontech, yeah. The time has been added up to 46. All time, so yeah. The time has been added up by another computer. 46, 26, oh wait. Maybe. This one should be right. Hello, C.R. Martin. We're about to move on to another game.
Well done.
But first, I want to show you something for people who don't seem to know this. If you get 100%, this game has one of the best 100% rewards of any game. I was so bummed that they didn't carry this into the sequel. Yeah, we'll play another game. So you go through here, you have a super power-up that never runs out. You can go to anywhere in the entire game with this. So, most people might think this is just really pointless. After all, you've already done everything. Doing good. We'll do Forbidden Memories next. I just want to get that one out of the way. I've never beaten it before. Alright, so once you go to the homeworld, you quit the game. You do not turn the console off. So, quit the game. Wait for it to load. Press start. I've already decided on Forbidden Memories next, so... I mean, there are over 100 RPGs on the console, I believe. So, after the intros, which take too long... what's the 64th orb you've got, or you need to get from below? And you can play through the entire game with the Super Flame power-up. I'm probably going to try and do PSX Quest first before I resume 1001. Walkthroughs I can use if the game isn't like based on puzzle solving. Like, I probably couldn't use a guide for Myst. So yeah, I can do all kinds of crazy shit. Usually what I do in the sequel playthrough is try and figure out how much I can screw over Moneybags just by completely telling him to fuck off. And skipping as much as possible. The only thing I tend to buy from Moneybags in this kind of run, using glitches even, is to swim, climb, and head bash. And of course, there are cheats to learn how to do those. I don't know what they are offhand. I've never actually gone out of the way to look it up. Myst, I'm not exactly confident in my abilities. Also, one more thing I should mention before I end this. When I got the Super Flame power-up, like, my childhood mind went off. And thought that maybe if you beat the game a second time, you'd also get Supercharge or the Super Fly, but no. Beating the game again doesn't give you any extra rewards. Spyro 2 cheats. Big head mode. Up, up, up. R1, 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 R1 circle. I guess you do that like on the menu or something. Up, 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 on, down. Yay! Well, this was a common cheat in many games. Tony Hawk game did it too. But I don't know why. It's interesting. This is a relic of a bygone era. It's kind of disorienting, actually. I don't know how much space that I have in front of me. Alright. Not the channel. I want to go to the creator dashboard. Yes. Cheat codes were fun. Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Oh, I can stop the